day I realized I was trading my life for a paycheck and what I did instead. There was this moment, and I'll never forget it, when I was getting ready for another DoorDash shift, already tired before I even started. And I thought, is this it? Is this what I want to be doing for the next several years? And I know some of you are having that exact same thought right now. Maybe not about DoorDash. Maybe it's your job, your routine, your whole setup. Just this feeling of, there has to be something more than this. What if I told you that moment, that awful heavy feeling, is exactly the beginning of something, not the end, the beginning. So here's what people see. They see me about to move on to a cruise ship. They see the ocean, the freedom, the adventure, and they think, must be nice. But they don't see the version of me from not that long ago, running a photo booth business, doing DoorDash 8 to 10 hours a day. Good cars, safe neighborhoods, decent money, nothing dramatic, just exhaustion. That version of me was tired, like bone deep tired. And maybe that's you right now. Maybe you're in the thick of it, wondering when things are supposed to get easier. But here's what I learned. They don't get easier. Not until you decide to do something different. So, one day I asked myself a really scary question. What if I build something for myself instead of building someone else's dream? Not some fantasy, not some what if everything was handed to me scenario. Just what if I took what I already know and turned it into something that could pay me? And I want you to ask yourself that question right now. Not later, right now, even if you have to pause this video. Because this isn't just my story, this is a mirror. And somewhere in what I'm about to tell you, you're going to see yourself. So, here's what blew my mind. I already had valuable knowledge, and you do too. You just don't see it because it feels normal to you. For me, I figured out how to use cruise casino comps to cruise for almost nothing. I learned how to create digital products. I made systems and checklists because I'm that person who color codes everything. And I thought, nobody cares about this stuff. But you know what? I was wrong. People did care because the thing you find easy, someone else is Googling at 2 a.m. desperate for an answer. So, what do you know? What have you figured out that you think is no big deal? Maybe you meal prep for a family of 5 on $200 a week. Maybe you taught yourself graphic design on YouTube. Maybe you've mastered budgeting or organizing or homeschooling or fitness or literally anything. That thing you think is ordinary, that's your starting point. That's your ticket out. Okay, so let me get real practical here because I know you're wondering, what does she actually use to do all this? All right, so this is it, my entire business setup. My laptop, nothing fancy, just a reliable laptop that can handle what I need, creating content, managing my products, everything. A phone. I can film content, I can respond to customers, manage my social media, all from my phone. I have some tripods, a couple of them, so I can film myself without looking like I'm doing awkward selfie videos the whole time. And then accessories, you know, power banks to keep everything charged, a microphone for better audio quality, chargers, the boring stuff that keeps it all running. And that's it. That's my whole office. And from this, I'm building a business that's going to fund my full-time cruise life. Now let me show you the actual platforms I use because this is where it really gets simple. Canva. This is where I create everything. My digital products, my social media graphics, my thumbnails, everything visual. And here's the thing, you don't need to be a designer. Canva has templates for literally everything. I just customize them. My AI tools. I use AI to help me write better, brainstorm ideas, create outlines for my products. It's like having an assistant that never sleeps. Mine is more like a business partner, but we'll talk about that later. And I'm not letting AI do everything, but it does speed up the process so much. And then Beacons. This is my secret weapon. It's basically an all-in-one platform where I host my digital products, create my link in bio page, manage my email list, track my sales, everything in one place. I don't need 5 different subscriptions. It's all right there. So think about this. Canva for creating, AI for speed and ideas, and Beacons for selling and managing everything. That's the whole tech stack. Now, you could literally start with these 3 tools and build something real. Right, so let me break down what I'm actually making and selling, because this is the part that actually generates income. Digital products, guides, templates, checklists, things people can download immediately and use. For me, I created a guide on how to use casino comps to cruise cheaper. I figured this out for myself, so I packaged up everything I learned. I sell it, people buy it. I made a guide on creating digital products because I learned how to do this, so why not teach others? And I create cruise planning checklists and templates because I was already making them for myself. Now, here's what's beautiful about this. I create each product once, but it can sell over and over and over while I'm sleeping, while I'm exploring a new port, while I'm living my best life. That's passive income. And you can do this with anything you know. Meal planning templates for busy families, budget spreadsheets if you perfect it, workout guides for small spaces, travel planning system, organization methods, whatever you figured out. The question isn't, am I expert enough? The question is, what do people keep asking me about? Because that's your first product. And you don't have to be an expert. You just have to be better than the person that don't know anything about what you know. So let's talk about the income side, because I know you're thinking, okay, but what does this actually pay? So yes, I'm not quite making 6 figures yet, but I'm making enough to cover my cruise costs, which runs about $2,500 to $4,000 a month, depending on the ship, plus living expenses. Now, my income comes from 2 main places. One, digital product sales. This is the bulk of it. Every time someone buys one of my guides or template, that money goes straight to my account. And because they're digital, there's no shipping, no inventory, no overhead. And number 2, affiliate income. When I recommend tools that I use like Canva, Beacon, certain books or products, and someone signs up or buys through my link, I get a small commission. It's not life-changing money, but it adds up. Now, some people make really good money with that, but that's a topic for another time. And here's what matters. This income is growing. Every month, I add more products. Every month, more people find my stuff, and every month, the affiliate income grows a little more. Now, I'm not telling you this to brag. I'm telling you this because a year ago, I would have thought this was impossible. And if I can build this while doing DoorDash and my photo booth business, you can build something too. So I know what you're thinking, but you're going on a cruise ship. What about the internet? What about all the logistics? So yes, cruise ship Wi-Fi, it's not amazing, but it works. And here's the deeper truth. If you're waiting for the perfect condition to start something, you're going to never start. You will never start. And it's not about building this business from a fancy offers with fiber optic internet. I'm building it from wherever I am. And that's the whole point. You don't need perfect, you need momentum. So whether you're working from your kitchen table, a coffee shop, your car, on your lunch break, it doesn't matter. What matters is that you start. So here's the real reason I'm doing all this. It's not about the cruise ship. It's not about the Instagram posts. It's because even though I work for myself, I had my photo booth business, I made my own schedule, I was still tired, tired of the hustle that never ended, tired of feeling like I was always working but never getting ahead. And maybe you feel that too. Maybe you're tired of asking for time off, tired of someone else deciding what you're worth, tired of feeling like you're running in place. Now, this isn't about rejecting hard work. I work hard, but now I'm working for me in a different way. I'm building something that can grow without me having to work more hours. And when I take a day off, the income doesn't stop. That's what freedom actually is. Not sitting on a beach forever, but having choices, having control over your time and your energy. So we need to talk about something real for a second. This is not easy. There are days I want to quit, days where I post something and nobody cares, days where I think, what am I even doing? Should I just stick with what I know? But then I remember what that felt like, spending 8 to 10 hours a day in my car, delivering food. Nothing wrong with it. Decent money, safe, no drama. But I was tired, not just physically, tired of knowing this was it. That this was the plan for the unforeseeable future. So if you decide to do this, whatever your version of this is, you need to know there will be hard days. There will be moments where you question everything. But here's what I want you to remember. Every successful person you admire had those days too. They just didn't quit. They kept going even when it felt pointless. And then one day it worked. Now, if I can go back and give myself one piece of advice, it would be this. Start before you're ready. See, I wasted months, maybe years, waiting to feel ready, waiting for the perfect ideal, waiting to be good enough. And all that waiting did was keep me stuck in the same routine, stuck doing the same thing day after day, stuck in the same life I was trying to change. See, your first attempt doesn't have to be perfect, and it probably won't be. Mine wasn't. But you can't edit a blank page. You can't improve something that doesn't exist. So start messy, start scared, start with a crappy first draft. Just start. Now, I want to give you something right now. Consider this your official permission slip. Permission to want something different. Permission to be tired of the grind. Permission to dream about a life that looks nothing like what you have now. Permission to start, even if you have no idea what you're doing. Because here's the truth. Nobody knows what they're doing at first. We're all just figuring it out as we go. The difference between people who change their lives and people who don't isn't talent or luck or some special gift. It's just that they started. They took one step, then another, then another. And that's what I'm inviting you to do. Take one step, not 10, just one. Here's what happens next. I'm going to keep showing up here, documenting this journey, the wins, the failures, all of it. But this isn't just about watching me do something different. This is about us doing something different. So if you're tired, like really, truly tired of the same routine, hit that subscribe button because I'm going to show you exactly how I'm building this. The tools I'm using, the mistakes I'm making, the tiny wins that keep me going. And what I want you to comment below right now, tell me one thing you're good at that you think isn't a big deal. Because I promise you, it's a bigger deal than you think. And it might just be the thing that changes everything. Now, we're not just building businesses here. We're taking our lives back. And I don't want to do that alone. I want to do it with you. So come with me, subscribe, comment, be part of this. Because 6 months from now, a year from now, you're going to look back at this moment as the day everything changed. Let's build something together.